Good evening, brothers and sisters. This evening, we are interviewing Mr. Dramane Ouattara. Mr. Dramane Ouattara is the director of the political department of the Organization of African Unity. We decided to talk to Mr. Ouattara in order to get information in terms of, number one, the history of the organization, and also some insights into the political movements that are taking place in Africa. Mr. Ouattara, I wondered if you could explain to our audience exactly what the Organization of African Unity is and how it started.
Right from the very beginning of their independence, all of the African leaders become aware of the need and the necessity of unity and solidarity among themselves. And among these principles, you've got respect of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of each other state, non-interference in other states' internal affairs. In addition to that, the British government, the United States government, nearly all the governments in the world have condemned racial discrimination. And then we, the African, we cannot understand. While you condemn on the one hand, you don't take any action, you don't do anything. The biggest enemy today, which the African independent states are facing, is colonialism and neocolonialism. And very often, it is neocolonialism which very subtly comes in within our ranks and try to create division and try to make big, small differences which quite naturally, humanly, do exist sometimes among the African states.
How does neocolonialism manifest itself and express itself in Africa?
Neocolonialism is the new form, the disguised form of colonialism. Colonialism was through the power of a gun. Mm-hmm. Now neocolonialism is trying to come back and to conquer the African independent state with the power of nice words.
Or would you say that neocolonialism is the control over certain aspects of the African economy?
Definitely, it is at the level of the African economy. It finds it at cultural level.
In a cultural fashion.
In a cultural fashion, for instance, you've got this so-called cultural assistance being given to African states by way of scholarships, sending African students to Europe or America. Mm-hmm. While they're studying there, they get brainwashed, and after their studies, some prefer stay in Europe or America. When they come back to Africa, they come back with ideas which are foreign to Africa, to the African state, and there are taught disciplines or things which cannot be exploited to the benefits of the African development objectives.
Mm-hmm. Well, how can the Organization of African Unity fight something of that nature? I mean, what can it do?
Well, ever since its creation, what we have been doing in this regard is, as much as we can, to expose those dangers of neocolonialism. I must add that we won't be deluding ourselves. We know that this won't come overnight.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and thank you.
It was a pleasure. Yeah.